Okay, welcome to block 2 of month 1 of Plum Fusion. So we're doing 2 blocks every month for the first 6 months. Again, this block is a 9 patch. You've got your cutting instructions here for your fabrics and the instructions that we're going to go over right now. Okay, we're going to start with half square triangles. We are going to take 2 fabrics, lay them on top of each other. We're going to mark the center line and we're going to cut these apart. So these are this is a 3 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch square. And we want to trim these to 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Now, a lot of instructions will have you opening the half square triangle and trimming. I like to use my square on a square tool. Look at the 2 1/2 inch trim piece corner, and I'm going to lay the center and the diagonal line right on the seam. So there are these little diagonal marks and the center right on the seam, and I'm going to trim. Now when I do this, I'm only making 2 cuts. And I have a squared half square triangle when I open it up. Okay? Usually, and you can do it this way, no problem. You would take this, you would lay that on there, you would find the center, you would trim 2 sides, lift your ruler, turn it around, realign your ruler, and trim. So the method that I just showed you cuts your trimming time in half, and there's no ruler manipulation. Okay, so we're going to have our half square triangles and our light squares and our dark squares. So we're making 4 patches with the pinks on the inside, and I call these flower blocks. This is the base of your flower, these are your petals, and this is your outside. These are 2 1/2 inches. You've squared these to 2 1/2 inches, and when you sew the 4 patch together, you are going to have a 4 1/2 inch by 4 1/2 inch piece, and you'll be making 4 of these. Our next piece that we're working on is, again, starting with half square triangles, but we are making quarter square triangles in different colors. So you're going to start with 2 different pieces to make your half square triangles. Dark fabric, fabric 2, dark fabric, fabric 3. Okay? You're going to line them up, mark the center, cut them in half. So you're going to end up with half square triangles. Yay! Do not trim these. What you're going to do is line up your points and cut them in half. Line up your points, cut them in half. And you're going to exchange places. So your half square triangles are 2 of the red, 1 light, 1 brown. You're going to make 4 of these when you sew them together. And I'm going to teach you a new Hawaiian word. The Hawaiian word is piko. Piko means belly button. We're going to use our square on square tool, and we're going to find the center. There's a little black mark right in the center, and that's called the piko. When you trim these, you're going to drop the piko right on that corner point, and then you're going to trim. What's great about using this ruler for trimming these 4 1/2 inch by 4 1/2 inch squares is that I just have to look for the piko every time. If you're using a regular ruler or even a 4 1/2 inch square ruler, you have to find the center to square. The center is already right there for you, And you have these lines that show you where you're supposed to line up your seams. So you're going to trim these to 4.5 by 4.5. When we put our 9 patch together, our center square is solid. That was really easy. Yay! And your square goes together, oops, this one's not trimmed, with the browns to the middle. And on your corners are little flowers with the browns to the middle. Okay, so there's your 9 patch. We're going to sew these together, this row together, this row together, and that is block number 2. Okay, we will see you guys next month. We have some really fun things, a couple other tutorials coming up. See you then.